guys, it's DeAnna here. If you like this channel so far, just getting started, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. So first off the bat, I just want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. The channel is doing really, really well so far. Let's keep it going. Um, Today is going to be more of a story time, because a lot of the times, as soon as somebody hear me sing or people hears me sing, right away off the bat, oh my God, you should go audition for American Idol. So what I'm going to talk about today is I'm going to explain that process. I'm going to let you know why I decided to do it, what I wore when I did it, what I sang, how it went, the whole process, how I felt afterwards, how I felt during it. And we're just going to sort of tackle, yes, mascara, leggings, leopard, done. Anyway, and we're just going to sort of tackle, oh my God, I have something in my eye. We're just going to sort of tackle all of that in this video today. It's really weird to talk to yourself, and I do it a lot, but I didn't think it would be this weird. So why I auditioned for American Idol. So I auditioned for American Idol because I literally have been harassed to audition for American Idol since it began. Since the show came out, a lot of people were like, DeAnna, you don't understand. You'll go through all the way. You'll get so far. You have to audition, just audition, just audition. I like to do things with people. I'm not really a loner. I like to have a partner in crime. So, and I also have no problem admitting it. I make a lot of excuses when I don't feel that motivated. And the reason I put off auditioning for American Idol for so many years is because I just knew I was never going to make it. I always knew how good I was, but I just knew it wasn't in the cards for me because it just had a feeling. And I'm kind of a witch, and I know these things, and I just knew that I wasn't going to really get very far. I hoped I would, and I had the confidence that I would, but deep down I knew it wouldn't amount to anything. So for years I was like, oh, I'm going to go. And then I always made some type of excuse. But then my best friend's cousin decided he was going to go audition. And they asked me to come along. His mom was driving. It was in Jersey. It was perfect. I said, all right, you know what? Let's do this. At least I'm going with somebody that I know is incredibly talented. So at least if we both go and we audition and neither one of us make it, something is wrong. So I stressed the whole week that I registered for the audition because I was like, what the hell do I wear? I'm a chubby girl. I didn't really know how to do my makeup yet at the time. I was so worried about my image because Simon Cowell was so harsh on so many people, like Jennifer Hudson and just so many people. So I was like, and I had just lost a shit ton of weight. So I really wanted to look sexy but trendy at the same time. So I remember my older sister, Elena, she literally took me to the mall like 2 days before, and she got my whole outfit for me. I ended up wearing like Bermuda jean shorts, these really, really cool shoes with a tight cami and a blazer with this really, really pretty statement necklace. It looks really, really good. That I remember. So my best friend's cousin, his name is Patty, his mom picked us up, and I forgot what time she picked us up. I want to say she picked us up at like 5:30 in the morning. We get there, no problem. We're both super pumped. We're singing each other's songs and, saying which songs we're going to sing. And it was super, super hot that day. I just remember the makeup like sweating, dripping off my face. So we're waiting outside now. The process, and Patty, please correct me if I'm wrong if you're watching this, but the process for registering, like getting your actual number that you see on everybody's chest on the TV show, that process I want to say is like 2 hours. So then we get inside. You're literally in a stadium, like complete stadium, and there is not one empty seat. So you're in a stadium and you feel like you're never going to get called to audition. And you just do. And basically all you see is you see numbers and it's 1 through 4. The next station is 5 through 8. The next, and it's all numbered and there's partitions. So it's 1, a partition, 2, a partition, and everybody's standing there. And they just start calling you by stadium section to sing. And it's funny because I remember the one thing that was super, super cool about it is that, because even now, when people are like, "Oh, you sing? Can we hear you?" and they expect you to drop a tune right then and there, I never felt comfortable with that, no matter how good I knew I was, because it's just I like to be prepared, and I'm a perfectionist, especially when I sing. So for me, that was always a challenge. But at the American Idol auditions, people were just doing it and it felt good to do it. And it felt good to hear so many talented people. But it also was interesting to hear people that genuinely thought they could sing and couldn't carry a tune. Like, where are your friends? Where are your family members to tell you, sorry guys, I gotta clean this. Don't go through with this. You're gonna embarrass yourself. Just don't do that. Just don't. Anyway, so Patty and I are sitting there. We're making jokes. We're laughing. We're practicing. We're singing. And we get called to go audition. Now, because him and I are slicksters, like beyond belief, we didn't want to audition together because we feared, because we're each other's biggest fans. We always were. We feared that we would audition in the same line and one of us would get picked and one of us didn't. And we didn't want that. So we finagled that we were together, but we like back skipped like old school in school where you didn't want, when you skip me, I skip you. And we somehow managed so that he was on the audition before me and I was right after him. But we neither one of us heard each other's audition. So right before you get to sing, they give you a questionnaire. And I remember, what can I do on this questionnaire that's going to make me stand out? And I had red lipstick on. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put my lips on the questionnaire. Right? I mean, if anything is going to get their attention, it'll be that, right? So I get called to sing and there's me and 4 other people. And I went last. And I was like, this is great because everybody else is going to have to sing, either better than me or worse than me. So I was kind of in like a really, really good spot. I was really comfortable with the spot that I was in. But I was scared I was going to forget the words because that's like an American Idol no-no, especially when I auditioned. The show is so different now. It's like a big production. But when I went, it was still fairly new. So I just remember standing there, not being able to feel my legs. I've never felt that nervous in my entire life. I was a nervous wreck, but I just was really, really good at holding that in because I like that kind of nervous feeling. That I thrive on that, especially when I sing. So I'm standing there and I'm looking at the producers and you could not read them for shit. They don't even make eye contact. They are not interested. They don't even look at you. So I remember the first person started singing. It was a guy. And I was like, he's good, but I'm better. So this is good. Second person felt the same. Third person felt that. And I just remember being like, wait a minute. I actually have a shot at this. Like, I might get through to the next round. Mind you, I don't know if a lot of you know this, but you don't audition and in front of those at the time when I auditioned, Paula, Simon, and Reggie. You don't even see them. There's 3 rounds before you even get to sing in front of them. Not 1, not 2, 3 rounds. I did not find this out until I went to auditions. I had no idea. So I'd remembered the people next to me were singing and they were good, but I knew I was better. And I was like, I really, really have a shot at this. So waiting in line to audition, my legs were shaking. I couldn't feel them. It had been a total of 7 hours, I think, all together. From the time Patty's mom picked me up to the time I decided to open my mouth. So they tell you to have 3 songs ready to sing because there is a good chance that they tell you to stop singing what you're singing and to sing something else, whether it be a bigger variety of a song, or whether it be a faster song or a slower song. You never know what you're going to get. So I remember them picking up the paper and they looked at the lips and they went, hmm, very clever, very original. I like it. I was like, yes, good sign. All right, go ahead. Why don't you go ahead and start whenever you're ready? So immediately I start singing. And I sang The Circle of Life. And I think I did a rendition like, from the day we arrived on the planet, then blinking stepped into the sun. There's more to be seen than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done. Mind you, I was like 21 years old, so the quality of that song was way better. And it was just like top level. I just felt it in my bones. And they went, great, stop, you go. So I'm literally doing like a battle audition with the person next to me. And he was great, really good. So I'm like, oh crap. So he starts singing and he goes, stop, you sing something else. I don't even remember what else I sang at that point. I might have sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I don't even remember. But all I know is after I sang that song, they said, okay, 1, 3, 4, thank you for coming. Good luck. And it was me and the other guy that I was originally battling singing with left in the line. And he sang something else. He sang a Boyz II Men song, and honestly, it was really outrageous. Like, he was just so super talented. And after he sang that song, they said, all right, you're out. Thanks for coming. And they're really, 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 really ruthless. Like, they don't even care. The voice was so much different, but I'm not going to talk about this in this video. I'm going to talk about my voice audition experience in another video. But they're ruthless. They don't care. So I sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. They say, stop. Can you sing something else for us? What else you got? And at that point, I don't remember. I wish I could remember what else I sang, but I know that I really surprised myself and it was really, really good. And then they said, can you rap? And I said, no, I can't rap. Sorry. I'm a fast learner, but my talent is not in rapping. I'm not a rapper. And they said, okay, well, thank you for coming. Best of luck. And I was like, are you serious? I just went through all that. I literally thought that I might make it through at least to round 2. Forget about singing for Reggie and all those judges, but I thought I would at least make it to another round. Like, it was just crazy. And then that's it. And I remember I ended up seeing this young kid who, I say young kid because I was young at the time, but he was, I want to say, he had like a Bret Michaels kind of sound, and his name was Modine. And when he sang for me, I remember saying, I'm going to see him on TV. Like, he's going to go far. And I remember when I was leaving, I saw him walking out of the audition, and I went up to him and I was just like, wait a second. You didn't make it? And he was like, no, I didn't make it. And he was like, you didn't make it? And I was like, no, not even close. And he was like, same with me. And I was just like, that's how you know that these reality talent shows are such bullshit. And that, yes, there is a lot of talented people that ends up making it to the show, but they also turn down a boatload of really talented people that don't have a story or a look. And it's just really, really disgraceful and discouraging because, you have someone like me who, goes out on a limb and is like, let's just do this. And nothing, not constructive criticism, not, oh, come back, not, oh, you have this, but you should work on this. Nothing. And I remember also when I was leaving, I hadn't known where Patty was because either we couldn't have our phones or our phones died because it was literally like an 8-hour day, something like that. But we had no way of telling each other like, oh, I got through, oh, I didn't. So we just sort of had to like wait until we saw each other. We came together, so obviously we're going to leave together. And I just remember on my way out, like so many people coming up to me just being like, you didn't get through, but you're amazing, but you're this. And that just felt so good to me because when you go on these auditions, you doubt yourself. You just can't help it. When you go on these auditions and it's such a quick no, you're like, do I even belong here? Why did I come here? Did, was this stupid? Was this a waste of time? But when you get that recognition and that validation that you do belong here and you are really talented and you are really good, it just, that's to me is the favorite part of an American Idol audition. Like, is being able to be built up and sing around so many other talented people. So I remember sitting on like a block with the heat beating on me. I had ripped off my blazer at that point. I was sweating. I was like mentally exhausted. And Patty comes out and he's like, no, 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 like laughing, hysterical that neither one of us got picked. And it was just such a refreshing feeling to see that because he was young when we auditioned. So it was just so refreshing to see that someone that young and someone that talented didn't let this affect them and wasn't going to stop. So we end up leaving, we call up our families and we tell them that it was a no and they were shocked, but they were still proud of us. I remember I went home and there was a big sign on my door that said, "We're so proud of you, DeAnna," something like that. And I remember leaving there and just being like, I'm never doing that again. No way. Too discouraging, huge waste of time, a load of bullshit. I'm not doing it. And I proved that to be wrong. Um, so what ends up happening? I end up being unemployed for the first time, and I don't even know how long. I end up losing my job. So a mutual friend who's also incredibly talented, Dana, was like, listen, I'm going on American Idol auditions and I'm driving. Just come. Now, at this point, I think this was the last season before the show was going to get canceled, before they decided to reboot it at a different channel. It was whatever. So it's like, you know what? Things might be different this time. They might be looking for something else. It's the last season. And again, I had a ride. I was going with someone talented. So it was a win-win. I went completely out of the box for this audition. I wore these big, like trendy glasses that weren't real. I had the red lips. I had a cut up shirt, the black hair. And I just had more fun, I guess you could say, the second time around because I wasn't expecting anything. So we go there. We're literally singing the car ride the whole time, practicing, listening to her audition song. She's listening to mine. There was another guy in the car, Chris. He was awesome as well. He sounded like Michael Bublé a little bit. And it was just refreshing because everyone was so good. So we get there and I'm like, something is wrong. The stadium, it doesn't look the way that I remember. Instead of the whole stadium, there was only half. And a 7-hour audition process only was like 3 hours. And I was like, oh my God, like this is insane. And I remember also the three of us, we did not audition together because similar thing. We did not want to see one person make it and the other person not. It's just not, it's not cool. It's a weird thing when you audition with a friend. So whether we support each other or not, nobody wants to see something that everybody equally wants. Everybody shares the same dream. Nobody wants to see it happen for one person and not the other. And that goes with anything in life. So I remember singing and this batch was bad. Like it wasn't even close to the people I auditioned for the first time I went. Like these people were terrible. 2 of them were tone deaf. The other one, I don't even know, but they just were not good. And I killed it. I sang Unconditional by Katy Perry. And it really spoke to me. And I know it really spoke to them because they showed emotion for the first time that I've seen since I auditioned the first time. The first time it was just like, no, I mean, yeah, they were going, you, sing this, sing that, but they didn't really care. This, they were looking for something. They wanted it to work so bad. They just couldn't find it. You can tell. There was something they were pulling for and they weren't getting. And I'm just me. I can literally sing anything you want me to. I can sing ballads. I can sing dance music. I can sing opera, which is self taught. I can sing high. I can sing low. I can sing anything. I'm a fast learner. But I just would love to know what the problem was that time around. Was there was not a lot of people auditioning. The people that auditioned in the same line with me were terrible. And you can't tell me that wasn't how it was going, because you could tell. I remember from before we auditioned, when we were sitting on the stadium, there was this young girl, adorable, blonde. She came in with a guitar to audition. She was singing, and I remember me and DeAnna looking at each other and being like, this girl's gonna make it. She's going to get through. We're going to watch somebody get handed a ticket, and she's going to get through. And she didn't make it. And I remember the whole stadium was like, put her through, put her through. And they didn't listen, and she walked away and she started crying. And then I remember thinking, like, I wish that would happen to me. And it did. I sang when they decided that they weren't going to pick me. People from above me in the stadium seats were singing, put her through, put her through. And even though obviously they didn't put me through, because here I am sitting in my bedroom talking to my YouTube channel, it just was exactly what you need when you go through such a mentally exhausting and physically draining process, to know that there are people out there that would have liked to see you through and would have liked to see you get picked. And I just remember that for me was just incredible. That to me was the favorite part of American Idol auditions. Would I recommend anybody who loves to sing audition? Sure. Why not? You only live once, and you never know. Look at Kelly Clarkson. Look at Carrie Underwood. Carrie Underwood was from a small town, country girl, a nobody. I think she worked on a farm. Look at her now. She's incredible. And it's just because she decided to take a chance, and it changed her life. I mean, it's just, here's my advice. I would say go audition. Do whatever you feel you have to do in order to make your dream happen, because life is too short. But just go with very, very low expectations. Have thick skin and tell yourself to expect the worst, because this way, when the best happens, it makes it that much better. At least if you go in there expecting the worst and it's not the way you planned it, it'll be that much more amazing if you do, and you'll be prepared if you don't. What I will tell you to do, that I should have told my younger self to do, is not to give up. There was no reason why I didn't go audition every single year. There was no reason why I didn't wait online and go audition for Broadway shows when my whole life I was told I sound like a Broadway star. There is no excuse. If you don't stick this through, nothing will happen. My friend Patty is the perfect example of that. He was the opposite of me. He started singing when he was 16, and he went on audition after audition, and he got turned down, But guess what? That aha moment happened, and he debuted his starring role on Paw Patrol Live. Paw Patrol Live! All of you people with kids know what Paw Patrol Live is, and I'm sure you know who he is because he played the bulldog. Rubble? Yeah, I think it was Rubble. Like, hello? He is doing big things, ladies and gentlemen, and you're going to see a lot more of him, and I couldn't be more proud. But he is somebody who continued to follow their dream, knew how good they were, and did not stop at all costs. So that would be my advice to my younger self. Never give up. Hustle, 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 and don't stop until you make it. Because when you truly find something that you love, you never work a day in your life. And when you're good at something, I have to quote the Bronx Tale, and there really is nothing worse in this world than waste. The worst thing in life is wasted talent, and I could not stress that anymore because if I had the opportunity to start singing professionally tomorrow, no matter what it is, whether it's for a child show, whether it's as a wedding singer, whether it's a music together teacher, I would do it because it makes me happy. And I should have done it a long, long. But that's what I got for you guys today. That is my American Idol audition story. Again, if you like my channel and you want to see more videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, if you have a song that you're interested in hearing me cover, please leave it in the comments, message me on my Instagram or my YouTube, whatever you have to do, and I would be more than happy to deliver that for you. Stay healthy, stay safe. Bye for now, guys.